This conference will now be recorded.
Right? Fine. So as I said, we were the hierarchy in which the bank details are maintained is the bank will have the normal scenario. What do you see, right? The bank will be registered with one address and it operates across the various geographical areas where we call as branch, and branch within the branch any person, maybe a person or company, can go and open its account. So that is where the bank account gets created. Okay, so just give me 1 minute, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I'm back. So so first we'll create the bank first, and then we'll create the branch and account, and we'll proceed further. Let me create a bank. So this ideally this should be your real bank, right? So just for the namesake purpose, I have created with the Millennia Bank, right? Just save it and close. So the bank is created. So from the same branch, so either you can create the bank branch from here itself, or else you can go into the task where it listed, right? The manage bank branches, or else you can do it from the bank page itself, right? So while click on create and select your bank under which for which you want to create a branch, and the branch name I want to give. Let's see if it works. If not, then we'll get the yes, branch got created. Now we need to create the account now. So same way, account can be created from the branch window, or else it can be navigated from the specific task. Let us do it from here since we have seen the branch from the specific task. So I just clicked on create account. So the bank and branch details, it already by default it has taken, because before I click on the create bank account, this the branch is already selected, right? That is why it is populated as default values, right? Just give the account name. Currency it should be USD. Legal entity. Nagarjuna, is this Apple Tech the legal entity? Okay, fine. So just give me 1 minute because we are working on the bank account, right? So we can give the cash and cash clearing accounts over here, or you can give the same accounts at the business unit assignment as well. Let me go give here because this will get defaulted on the branch, the business unit access level, because this serves as a master level, kind of an default level, right? Let me just assign the bank. So generally for each bank, to know the exact account balances in your real-time implementation, you will be creating the cash account and cash clearing accounts for each bank, just to know each account balances. Let us say the company operates with multiple company deals with multiple bank accounts, and wherein the account balances are maintained, and those accounts are used for the operations. What are those operations? Maybe for it is used for the payments from the payable side, the payment side, as well as the for the customer receipts as well, right? So as well as even it can even further used for the payroll process as well, right? So in that case, so in general, in any implementation, you will be going with a dedicated bank account, bank cash account, cash it. Let us say if this is the bank, so uh, cash account, the cash account at the millennia, that's what you will represent with the description, but it will represent with one unique number, right? That is how you define at each dedicated account cash and cash clear accounts for each bank that the company does its operations. Yes. Okay. Okay. Let me take this as an cash clearing account. I'll update this with the real one later. Right? Okay. Just save it. My God. Okay. Anyways, we have created. I'll showcase how to do that. Let me try in the other browser. If it doesn't work, we'll show the bank which we created already. Okay, fine. This is actually there is some issue, I think. So let me try. So for this is for the HSBC, under the HSBC bank, let me try to add a branch. This we just created. Uh, this we just created before the session. So let me try to add a different bank account for the legal entity Apple Tech Inc. Apple Beats Inc. For we have created a branch, but let me try it for the another another legal entity. Okay, so this is how once you click on the assignment, it should ask you to punch in the business unit details as well as the cash and cash clearing accounts. But just wait for the form to get refreshed. Okay, so okay, no worries. Sorry for the confusion. So just what happened for the same Apple itself, the business unit got assigned. So let me the millennia. Sorry, same millennia which we tried initially. For this itself, the account got created and we have assigned the branch as well, the account and business unit as well. So just give me 1 minute. Let me query back the bank account and we'll showcase. Right. This is the bank account we created, right? This accounts we have assigned, and this is the Apple Tech is the legal entity, and here we have assigned the business unit as well. This is where actually we had the issue, right? When we click on try to add it, the form got the form was getting loaded, right? So just see what is the information we have provided over here. We have assigned the business unit so that the invoices for with this business unit can be made make the payment, as well as the cash clearing cash accounts whatever we have given at the earlier page got defaulted. Okay, so let me let me go back to the Excel and see what we have done. So we have done till this point, right? Bank created, branch created, and account got created. Payment document and format. We have created the format earlier, but let's see the format once again and we'll assign that one. See, once you have the bank account, once you have the bank account, the company can make the payments by using the various payments method. Maybe it is an a check payment, or maybe it's an electronic payments, maybe it's wire payments, right? So what does we have created the bank, just now we have created the bank, and we have even assigned that to the business unit. So, but by saying that this, by using this bank account, the the payments related to the business unit, whatever we have selected, right, the legal entity and business unit, those combination invoices can be made payment. Okay, so so from this bank account, what we created, what is the payment method that can be used, that we haven't specified, right? So where do you specify? If you see on the screen, if you see over here, there is a payment document column. There is a payment document column where you need to assign the payment document. Okay, so this is again the similar issue. Okay, let me try my best. So first, for that, before creating the payment document also, we need to create the format. Just give me 1 minute. So format we need to create. The format, what is the format? Format is the payment method, whether it is a check or electronic. So if it is a check, what is the format, check layout that has to be used by Oracle, right? So that we will be specifying. If it is an electronic payments, what do you do for electronic payments also? The a payment file will be generated. Sorry, if someone is not speaking, can you please go on mute? So what does a payment format will do is, it tells to the system what should be the mode of payment, whether it is a check or electronic. If it is a check, what is the check layout? You would be getting a checkbook from the bank, right? So similarly, companies can use the pre-numbered or pre-printed stock, what we call as check, right? The check can be get from the bank by the customer, the client, and that can be used. That is one way. Or else the company, the customer themselves can print the checks inside the Oracle applications. In these applications, you can design the check layout, how a check should looks like, and the check can be printed out of this application by using the printer which is connected to the Oracle applications, and the printed check can be used for fund disbursement purpose. Okay, so how does Oracle applications knows the check layout? Let us say we are going to make the payment in check. How does a check should looks like? Okay, so to achieve that, Oracle has already given there is various standard formats. Okay, so out of that, the standard formats can be picked, and that standard format can be further customized, further developed according to the bank requirement. Okay, so according to the bank requirement, which means, see, there is a format. There would be a format. What does a check contains actually? The check date, the bank logo, bank name, and pay to whom, what is the amount, and the check number, and in some cases there is my card numbers, right? So all those details basically are already available on the format. Okay, but just but just that standard format has to be picked by the consultant, like you and me as a functional consultant. We need to tell to the technical consultant what should be the check format it should look like. Okay, let us say we are the customer is having a bank account with the ICICI, and the ICICI bank account is going to be used for the payment disbursement purpose. So the check is going to be printed inside of Oracle. In that case, the standard format will be picked by the technical consultant, and the format will be tweaked according to the requirement. What is that requirement? The ICICI logo has to be printed on the company for the customer. Let us say we have taken an Apple as an enterprise, right? Apple logo can be updated, and the specific format. What is the format that ICICI Bank accepts that format. According to that format, the check will be developed. The format, the technical consultant will develop that format, and that will be uploaded back into the applications. Once that is available, our job is to create a format. Okay, so there are various. If you see, there are various options: disbursement and funds capture. Disbursement is the funds disbursement from the bank, which is for the payable side of it. Funds capture means it is the funds receiving side of it. It is the AR side. So since we are going to make the payment, so it should be the fund disbursement and disbursement payment file formats. Just select that and click on create. Okay, so here this is where we will be creating the format. Okay, this format, whatever we are creating, is going to be is going to be added into the bank account. Okay, so so far we have what we have given. We have just given the name and the disbursement payment format. It automatically got defaulted because we have selected the type as the disbursement payment file from the list of values in the previous form, right? And there is a column, mandatory column called template. This is what I was talking. The template, whatever you would be seeing you over here, are the developed templates, either provided by Oracle as the seeded, or someone has updated this document. Someone has taken this copy and updated this document as per the requirement. Okay, so let me take one standard check format. Okay, so let us say this check format got check this standard check format. This is whatever we see on the screen is the standard one, which Oracle gives as an out of the box application. Okay, the standard check format. Okay, so if the customer wishes to print their checks inside of Oracle, then definitely this will be what technical consultant will do is this standard format will be downloaded. How to download, where do you see that? We will see later once we are done with the payment process for a couple of payments. We will see how do you do that. Okay, once we reach to the electronic payments, I'll show how this format files looks like at one go. Okay, just remember, the template is going to be the key template is going to be the key player for your payment document generation. Okay, whatever the template, it contains the format. If it is a check, it contains the layout, how the check should be printed. If it is electronic payments, then it contains the format, how the file has to be generated. Okay, so I'm using the standard one, right? So just give the start date of this format to be used. Okay, just save it.
Tirupati, your screen got struck. I
Oh,
think.
is it?
I don't know whether all are facing the same issue.
No.
I think Chiranjeevi, I think you have to relog in back, because I think there might be some internet issue.
Okay.
Thank you. So format, we from this one we have the format. Now we have created the format, right? The bank got created, the format got created, but have we linked this format to this bank? No, right? So now how do you do that? That can be achieved by way of creating a payment document. Okay, so payment document, where do you create? On a bank account. On a bank account, we'll create a payment document. Under the payment document, we will mention this format. Okay, this is how the linking process works. Okay, let me go into the bank account now. No worries, let me do it from here if it works. Right? So what I said, we need to create the payment document now on the bank account, right? So in the at the bottom of the grid, you should see payment documents. Okay, just click on this symbol, the same story. I don't know why this issue comes, but anyway, let me give this payment document name and number. I'm just trying to open in a different browser. Not sure why this error also comes when it is. These issues we will see in demo instance only, not on the customer related applications.
Yeah, Tirupati, meanwhile, can I ask a question?
Yes, please go ahead.
While creating the bank account, the option name of the account means the name of the business unit or the name of the legal entity.
You can give any bank account name. See, you have multiple bank accounts. How do you name your bank accounts? That is what. It is not specific to business unit or something.
Okay.
You have multiple bank accounts. How do you record those bank accounts? That's it. How do you maintain that bank accounts with what name? That name you have to give.
Okay.
Let me see if I have Firefox.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, while creating a supplier, it was getting rejected by the system, sir.
So I've seen that message. Not sure what was the why it was getting rejected, because Nagarjuna has created a supplier yesterday itself. Uh, uh, so w- just connect with Nagarjuna. Just call him. So he'll guide you how to do that. Because yesterday itself, in the same instant, he was able to create the supplier and profile, everything, supplier site assignment as well. Maybe something issue with the process that you have adopted, or there may be some step you have missed. But let's see. Just call him on the mobile, and he should be able to guide you.
Okay, sir.
I'll tell you how this looks like, because yesterday we have created a bank and it worked. This is the bank which is created, and I'll show you. This is the created for Apple Beats, and see. So God. This is just the one task which is preventing us for the payment. Just give me 1 minute, guys. Let me clear the cache and everything.
This
So,
conference will now be recorded.
so as I said, we are linking the now we are linking the whatever the custom payment format, whatever we created, that payment format we are linking into the bank from which the funds will disbursed or funds will be disbursed. How does that linking will happen? By way of creating a custom payment document. Okay, just what are the fields it is asking? If you can see, payment document name it is asking, just the name you have to give. And to the towards the next column it is asking you to the format, right? So this is how we are linking whatever the Apple format we have created, right? That is going to be assigned over here. If you see Apple check format, this Apple check format whatever we created, how we have created Apple check format, inside of it there is a format, it is a check format, right? So we will see how that output looks like. But just just make yourself understand that the format, custom format whatever we are creating, we are linking to the bank by way of creating the payment document. Okay, so if you scroll towards the down, there is a paper stock type, it is a blank stack. There will be pre-number stack, there will be different options. So the blank stack, we are blank stock we are going to use because the format, the check is going to be printed on a plain paper. Okay, so you should see one starting number, first available document number. So can you see over in the down? Yes, here it is first available document number, and towards the right there is a last available document number. What does it mean? These are the document number is nothing. Document, what we are calling document, is your check, right? Whatever what is going to be generated out of this payment document, is check is going to be generated. What is my check number? The first check number, maybe it can be whatever number you can give. Just give one. The initial, the first check which is going to be generated for the payment is going to be, the check number is going to be 1. Just give the one number as 1, first available document number. And optionally you can give the last payment document number, which means, let us say I have given the first available number as 1 and the last available number as 100. In that case, I'll be able to generate only 100 checks by using this document. After once it reaches 100, it will never, right? So it is just a kind of control to maintain that you would require to give the last available number, but it is optional. So since you are going to use this sequence for since you are going to use this as an sequence for continuous process, so maybe you can ignore the last available number while giving the payment document. Okay, just give the document number, first available number as 1, and click on OK. Nagarjuna, give the first available number 1. So once the check, see here the payment document is now created, and the first available number was given as 1, and he has just clicked on OK. The document, so once the payment document is added, you need to save the bank account details. Just click on save and close. So now the bank account should be available for the making the payments. Okay, just can you query back the bank account once again? Once you save and close, just query back the bank account. You can save and close and query back the bank account and show how the bank account looks like, the payment document. You can go into the edit mode of this payment document. If you see for this bank account, this is the for this bank account. If you scroll down, this is the payment document by using which you can make the payment. What is the payment document? It is a paper stock, which is a check document, and the check document is going to be made going to be used for the making the payments, and the initial number, the first check number is going to be starts from 1, and there is no last document, which means it can be used, for till the, I mean, there is no limitation on the check numbers that is going to be generated by using this payment document. Okay, so once this payment document is done, the next step what we have listed is the, let me take the control again. Fine. So once we completed this bank account configuration, so what is the next step that we have to do? Make the payment. In order to make the payment, so the next step what we have listed is the payment process profile. Why payment process profile is required is because when you are making the payment, application asks you to provide these details. Okay, what is a payment process profile? It is just a combination of payment details that will be grouped in one of the configuration, and as and when you select the payment process profile, the values whatever you define under payment process profile are going to be defaulted on your payment process. Okay, we'll see what is the payment process profile and we'll wind up for today. Right, so payment process profile, you can search in the manage payment process profile, or else you should even see this in the payments tab. Okay, so manage payment process profile. Just go here, and here is the area where you can search for the already created payment process profiles. Okay, you can search with the payment format. There are various options you can search with, or the name or the format. Right, our objective is to create a payment process profile. Right, so just give the required name. The it is again, it is a name of your payment process for which you are creating. Apple PPP, payment process profile, 3 piece. Okay, Apple check payment process profiles US. Just the naming convention you can use whatever you wish. Right, so just the start date you can give, and manage payment file format. The format what we created, the custom format we created. Right, again, why it is asking, see why it is asking is why we are giving the payment file format, even though we have assigned the format at the bank level. Why it is asking is, one format, let us say the customer might be having multiple bank accounts with the same branch, same bank. In that case, one format can be used with the multiple branches, even that is also possible. Right, so that is one of the, I mean, that is one of the reason I can say. But this is how the payment process profile configuration page is designed by the Oracle. So we have to give the payment process file format details, and what is the processing type, whether it is an electronic or printed. Electronic is for the EFT, electronic payments, where the file is generated and sent back, and the printed is the for the format where the check, right, printed, which means is the check. Okay, automatically print after formatting. There is a payment file, send to file or send to printer. There are two options. Once the payment is generated, how the file has to be moved for the printing. This is how this option talks about. Send to file, which means you need to pick up the file and go for the printing at your printer, or else the send to printer, which means it will be automatically sent to the printer. How the system knows which printer? Again, the printer configuration again is a big task. Actually, it is done by the Oracle. For that, what you need to do is you have to raise a service request with Oracle. The printer configuration will be taken care by the Oracle. Okay, so like you will be having a printer at your home, the printer will be connected to the Oracle applications, and that printer path location is going to be linked by way of by the Oracle with the when you raise the service request. So once the whatever the printer configuration is done, that file will be sent to that printer. Okay. Okay, so there are various tabs. There are various tabs. If you see over here, so each of these tabs serves with some specific purpose. What is that we will see. Okay, usage rules. Under usage rules, there is a payment method, disbursement, bank account, business unit, and currencies. Okay, so by default, all is selected. If we select specify, which means by using this whatever this specific value you are going to specify, by using this payment process profile, you are going to make the payments of this specific function what you are selecting. Let us say payment methods, I have selected a check. Maybe I've created custom payment formats. Okay, that I can use. Okay, similarly disbursement bank account also. Okay, if I select something, if I add something as a disbursement bank account over here, then this payment process profile whatever we are creating is going to be used only for this bank account. Okay, if you haven't specified anything specific to the bank account, then it will be applicable for all the bank accounts. Similarly for the business unit as well, if you specify any some specific business unit, this payment process will be applicable for the invoices or payments which are specific to that business unit. If you make it as all, it will be available for all business units. Similarly with the currencies as well, if you want to use for this payment process only for specific currency, only the payments which has only the payments in that specific currency will get be selected for the payment. Okay, payment system again, this is specifically used when you are transmitting, when you are generating your payment files, and that files are getting transferred to the your bank account. In that case you need to provide the system which has to be used. How you see, there are various processes. uh, So payment system is basically is once, let us say you have an electronic payments and the file, as I said, the file electronic payment, in case of electronic payment the file is going to be generated and the file has to be transferred to the file has to be sent to the bank, right? So how does this the file sending process happens? That is where the payment system talks about. Okay, so there is various options under the payments, grouping rules, document links, and the payment file. So accompanying payment file format, there you have the various options. Don't select anything. Okay, the grouping, how the transaction has to be grouped, right? There are various options, you don't need to worry about those options. Just it is, see, this skeleton has to be defined, this payment process profile has to be defined as a mandatory setup while you are making the payment. Okay, while making the payment it asks you to provide this value. Okay, what is this payment process profile contain? There are various default options that can be used for making the payment. Okay, so the controls, kind of controls you can define on the payment process profile. Okay, just save it. You must either select all or enter a specific condition for each usage rule. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. For this, I haven't selected this one, right? The error message was I have selected the specify, but I haven't given any bank details. That is why it was showing the error. You cannot log this record because already been deleted. Right, my payment process is now available. Now we are done with the required configurations to make the payment. Okay, so we will see the payments. How do you run the payments? We will see in tomorrow's session. So right now, till now, we have created the bank branch and bank account, and the bank account is assigned with the payment file format, which in talks about the whether it is a check or electronic payments. For our demo purpose, we have assigned the check format. The check format is we have used the standard format which Oracle gives, right? So once that is done, we have even assigned the business unit as well, so that the payments later that business units can be processed, as well as we have created the payment process profile. This payment process profile is going to be a kind of control that will be defined on the payment process profile. Now we have all the information that is required for making a payment, and we will see the payments in tomorrow's session.